Hey, welcome. I'm back. Sal's back,
Hi.
and Justin's not here. So you guys get to see our lovely faces. Um, we hope that everybody is staying safe. I'm not going to say the key word to not stop us from getting the views that we already get and not block us from getting other views or likes and all that good stuff since YouTube is being strict. But you know what's going on in the world today. So stay safe, stay 6 feet apart if you can, and let's get on with the show. How you doing, Sal?
Good. Growing a quarantine stash finally. So let's see how bad it looks like next week.
All right. Um, so today, I guess we're just gonna talk about when are we gonna get our sports back? Or sports back. Um, Basically, mostly we're worried about. Well, not worried, but we're more waiting for soccer since that's what we live on. That's what gets us going day after day. And then summer transfer window, how's that going to even look? Do you have an idea, Sal? Is it going to be like this, the windows that we've seen in the past, or is it going to be like something completely different?
It won't be. It won't be how we see it. There's teams that are going to struggle with money. First of all, everyone's struggling with money. Every team is struggling. I don't think there's one team out there that doesn't have is going to be able to bid big money for a player. I mean, we all know big names that want to move. Neymar, Mbappe, Sancho. Will teams be willing to pay for them? And those three teams speaking are United, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. So who has the money? Who has the money right now? I mean, I think Madrid have the money to spend on Mbappe if they want, but
Yeah, it's we'll see how it goes. But before we get into transfers, when is it going to be back? Do you have any updates, my good man?
MLS, as reported by many sources, even the commissioner said it, they want to somehow finish before December, before the year, and they're thinking tournament format at a neutral site. Now, for me, that means everybody's going to converge on Vegas since there's no hotels basically being filled by anyone right now. Every team will be living in hotel rooms and then using whatever venue in Vegas has, a turf field, and letting the teams practically play it out in a single elimination winner take all. And from my view, I'm going to look at whoever wins with an asterisk and say you didn't complete a season. And if they decide to award a supporter shield winner for not losing a match, it's going to be even worse.
Well, for me, in that with that round robin kind of style, it's like the March Madness. So this would be probably like the MLS Corona Madness tournament. Every team's gonna lose, well, except the one that ends up winning. Like, well, yeah, somebody's gonna go undefeated, and yeah, so never mind. So that one team that goes undefeated has to have the craziest squad depth, or just I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. Like they just gonna have that it factor, I guess, or that like I don't know, like because we don't know really too much of all the teams. It was 2 games, and then we just didn't get any more.
I mean, if you look at last year's, I mean, you know what this is set up for in Atlanta, in LAFC, someone who has a squad that can basically run amok through the whole. But will we really see this as, oh yeah, you're a champion, yeah, woo, congratulations?
It's entertaining, I would say, in the least. Like I look forward to being entertained. It's just kind of crappy that my home team just got into the league, and then this happens. I won't be able to see any of the games live. Well, in person is what I mean by live. So this season is definitely has an asterisk on it for whoever wins it. If I were to take a bet, if I would just pick a team out of the hat, I don't know. Well, actually, no. I'm just gonna pick a team at random, or I'm gonna go with Seattle winning it again, back to back chance. Um, but yeah, if Miami at least plays Orlando and we beat them, then we can talk all the crap in the world to that horrible fan base north of us, and then that would be like the highlight, at least for us Inter Miami fans. Like if that's what they do, like that tournament style, that I would take that. That would be like a win for us, I think. I don't know if everybody agrees with me, like in the fan base, but I would take it. But as from the first two games, I don't feel like we can make it that deep into a tournament. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I think this is where we look at MLS and we go. Well, I'll put it. I don't normally agree with Taylor Twellman, but I'll agree with him right now in this respect, in that you can take MLS and now schedule it with the rest of the world, where we have a winter, where we go through fall, winter, spring. We crown the champion Memorial Day weekend, where there's no sports playing Memorial Day, so all the focus is on basically MLS Cup. The other side of this is, what do we do during the wintertime in Colorado, in Utah, in those states where the snow comes down and hello guys, are we playing in the snow, or are we just gonna try to get them roofs over their beautiful stadiums? And I don't, it's too hard to say. On the other side of this, I'm looking at the world and saying, well, we have a World Cup coming up in Qatar. That World Cup is
maybe.
Yeah, that's true. If we do have a World Cup in, what is it, 2-3 years?
2022. Yeah, 2022.
So we have it in 2022. This sets a precedent for the world to basically say, you know what, let's switch up our schedule. Let's get into an American schedule so that they have winter off. That way the players aren't playing basically mid-season during a World Cup, which I still see as why stupid FIFA. Anyways, but.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because we could say it could change that way, but then we also have the MLS that plays during big tournaments. So one way or another, there's always going to be something that gets in the way. Like soccer really is a year-long sport.
Yeah.
Whether it's club or international, like you always have, like every month basically has something for you to watch or to enjoy. I think the way that it is fine. If the MLS were to go the European route, that scheduling, logistic wise, for the snowy states, just try to get the away games in that period out of those states, or make those home teams, I guess, play away, so it doesn't become an issue, or just renovate your stadiums, I guess. But that's just going to be money on those teams. So there's a way to fix everything. Is it going to work 100%? Is it 100% guaranteed? No. But yeah, this whole pandemic has legit given us a lot to think about. Other than yearning for the game to come back. Yeah, I didn't think it was possible to come up with so many what ifs during something like this. I just thought it was just gonna be like a desert, and you got those, like, what do you call those little hay things rolling, tumbleweeds?
Oh, tumbleweeds, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what sports was gonna be like. But I'm amazed every day of how many articles are written, and the what ifs and the hypotheticals, and so it's entertaining. And I just I don't know.
No,
MLS.
I'll put this with MLS too. We're looking at the players at MLS basically saying also they're gonna have players lose salary now or pay back money that they already earned from the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're looking at players now who are going to say, let's just tear up our CBA and we're going to be in lockdown. So generally, it could mean 2020, the 25th season never happens. And that's the other way of looking at this whole issue. And I mean, I'm siding with the players. They don't have to give up their money if they don't want to, especially those on the lower end of the spectrum who are making, I believe it was 120 a year, something like that. I mean, yeah, it's still a lot of money for those of us who make 40,
Yeah.
50 a year, but comparing to the scope of things, if you're living in Los Angeles, California, Florida, New York, 120 really
Yeah.
doesn't go that far.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's gonna end up taking a toll on them. So at the end of the day, you gotta look at them just like if they're your situation. The thing is, they just get a bigger check, but it's still not getting that check is still gonna affect them like you not getting your check, just on a just different scales. Um, but yeah, like this whole delay is basically gonna suffocate the league. No revenue, there's no commercials. There's no nothing. The stadiums aren't being used. We're not paying for beer. We're not paying for food, parking, etc. The list goes on. So every team is going to take a hit. The United States Soccer Federation just got a loan because I don't know. I didn't really read as to why they need one, but because I don't know how that works. But they got a loan, so it just goes to show, like even at that level, it's being affected. Um, so yeah, like the tournament might recoup something, but it's not going to be anywhere near what the whole season would do for every team. So that's going to be another thing to look at, like down the road. And hopefully they figure out something not just for the players, but for the league. So and for our entertainment at least, and keep us sane. Um, so what is it looking like in Europe?
let's see. English football aims to resume the season behind closed doors by June the 6th. And I don't know what the situation right now in England per se, but if it's just as bad as the rest of the world, I don't see June 6th being a day where they will return. Not only that, I'm looking at the lower teams, the Championship, League One, League Two. Teams are suffering now with money, and those teams are the ones that really need the fans, need the stadiums continually in use. So, what happens to them if they go bankrupt? What happens
Yeah,
if we can't? Yeah, if we can't continue the season, then what?
because the main thing that they all like about promotion is you get an influx of money. You're making it to a bigger league, so you get a little bit of help. And then on the opposite end, you get relegated and you lose money. So, but now everybody is in the lose money category because, as we said about the MLS, nobody's going to games, nobody's buying merch. Um, you can even see it like a lot of websites that sell jerseys. Jerseys are on sale basically in some on some websites. They're giving you deals because nobody wants to buy anything at the moment. We're all trying to save every penny we can. Um, so those teams are going to get massively affected. I said the last time how I found out via the Sunderland documentary on Netflix that the average weekly pay was like two grand. So like look at those players now. Like that's just gonna suck. Um, and then there's a lot of teams that don't even make a positive throughout the season, or they just break even. So it's gonna get crazy over there, I would say, because the way that their transfer goes and like all the way that they do things over in Europe differently from us. Like And they lost. I think they're losing a ton of money because they're not showing any games on TV. So the TV deals are basically, they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay you for this because you're not playing. So why do we have to pay you for, these TV rights or whatever if there's nothing to watch? So there goes that money. And not many teams are going to be able to survive that. So.
Yeah, it's just harsh. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and it's the numbers in Europe are just they're not as the USA as far as people who are sick, but still, it's I don't see how sports comes back this year. There really is no way, and the only way is if you test every single person. And testing everyone would be, especially if you plan a whole. I understand every stadium has security, and this is just the people that need to be in the stadium.
Yeah.
Security, the cameramen, the announcers, of course, the players, training staff, yada yada. You're looking at about 100, 200 people in the stadium at once. That's 100, 200 tests you can give to the regular public to try to get this through with faster. I mean, if we lose sports, we lose sports for the year. But on the flip side, and I'll transition from the Premier League, the Championship, over to the Bundesliga, somehow Germany has been able to test people and contain little by little this virus, that the Bundesliga is ready to come back. And what was it, May 19, right? May 19?
Yeah, May 9th. May 9th.
Yeah, May 9th. And that's great. It's great that we'll see the Bundesliga come back, but how long will they last?
Yeah.
How long? I mean, what happens if just one person gets sick throughout this whole tournament, or not a tournament, but just finish the season? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what? Does everybody just go back to the drawing board and say, "All right, guys, let's plan again for August"?
I'm gonna say, if Germany does do this, they do, boot it back up, all systems go, anything's fine. But then there's one blip that just causes it for every other sport, every other country to just be like, yeah, we're not doing it. And yeah, you're right. The sports for the rest of this year are done. Back to like what we were just talking about earlier here in the States. Even if we do get sports, we're not going to be allowed in the stadium, like just like everywhere else. So like they're saying we're not going to be able to go to the stadium till next year. So like college football is a big thing in the States, and then we got the NFL coming. Like that's going to be super weird, like we're going to watch NFL just with empty stadiums. That's it's crazy to think that,
You have our president over here saying, yeah, the NFL is going to come back in November. Yeah, they're going to be playing with full attendance and everything, but that's him trying to get his buddies paid and trying to get in the minds of people, hey, you know what? Don't worry. Just go. You'll be fine. And
it's a sense of being positive, but at the same time, it's a sense of not being realistic. And I get it. Like, I don't think he's being very, like, he's coming from like a ill, place or like evil or something. He just, he feels like we all do. He's a human. And at the same time, he likes to be entertained with sports just like we do. He's a big Yankees fan. He likes baseball. Baseball season should be roaring right now. We're in April. In 2 months, it would be the All-Star game, which is one of the big deals in baseball. So yeah, like we get it. He's impatient, just like some of us are, I guess. And he's setting unrealistic goals, and yeah, it's just looking dumb and dumb. But back to the whole Germany thing. Like I said, if they get a blip, which hopefully not, fingers crossed, they've managed to do things. I read that if in Spain the league starts back up to get it finished, Real Madrid will be playing at their training center at Valdebebas. The only reason we'll be playing there is because we're going to start renovating the stadium for that base crazy futuristic UFO that's going to be out there. So, and that's probably a little bit smarter also though too, because it's a smaller place. You won't need security, too much security. You won't need so many cameramen. You could just, if teams can figure out the logistics and then they all get together and talk to their federations of how to plan this thing out, I think they'll be able to fast track this a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what Germany has in store. That could be the blueprint, and
exactly.
everybody follows suit. So
I think I tweeted out or retweeted. I forgot what I did, but USL. If you take a look at USL here in the States, they always set up one camera and only one camera, and it's on top of basically where the announcers sit, and the camera just pans, just left and right, left and right. It just follows the players. That's all they do. So realistically, you can just have every team play at their training center. Easier to test every player that comes in, which is what, 22 players per squad, right?
Yeah.
22, the staff, boom, that's it. You're basically limiting this down to less than 100 people inside a training center. One cameraman, probably a couple operators, people behind the scenes, however the trucks work. But you limit it down, boom, 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 get it out of the way. That way, everybody's safe. Players in their cars by the time it's done. Boom, don't worry about a shower. Just get your ass in your car. Go home stinky. Go shower in your damn home. Throw some Febreze inside your car if you're worried. But
yeah,
that's how I see it. But again, I mean, I prefer, since the leagues are almost done, just do a tournament style. It's easier now. Just throw everyone in one neutral site, have everyone play. You're good to go. Finish off your leagues, because what were we, like 9 or 10 match days away from finishing, something like that. Right?
Something like that. Yeah. I know some leagues have more games than others, but like I think every top tier league has 33 matches a season, something like that. 32, 33, something like that. And then like in the second division in England, you have 37, 39.
About 40, yeah.
Yeah, because of the playoffs and all that stuff or something, I believe. So I would probably say, which is probably not gonna sound good to the teams smack in the middle of every league, but I would say if you're in a position to get to the Champions League or Europa, then you fit in that tournament. If not, then you just don't compete at all. And then if you're in a relegation battle, then winner, I guess, stays. I don't know,
basically,
kind of deal. And then you just relegate the ones that didn't, make it. That would kind of be my suggestion. It sounds kind of crazy. It sounds a little bit messed up for the rest, but it wouldn't make sense to have a tournament for the whole league and then the 12th place team somehow pulls a miracle and wins the league. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Mario. I just mid-tables, if you have no chance of being relegated or moving up to those European spots, just stay home, stay home, get your money, and wait out until hopefully, I'm going to say it realistically, October, November, at least November at the earliest.
Yeah. It's crazy because I was so looking forward to this September going and watching my first Premier League game. And now that is on the burner. I have to freaking push it back. Maybe it's for a reason. Shit happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nuts, man. Come on, Germany. Thank you so much for doing things the right way, I guess you could say.
No, yeah. I mean, they knew how to they knew how to test people. They knew where to basically contain certain individuals. They knew how. I mean, this is another subject, but they knew how to track people, which is, you can say good or bad, but they knew where to go, and hey, it works, and hopefully the blip doesn't happen, and
Yeah,
Bundesliga can finish, and we see what happens next, and then finally it's
yeah.
the Champions League. I think that's the one that we all really want to see who's going to be crowned since Liverpool got knocked out. Who is going to be the champion at the end? Is it going to be Atalanta for some reason outscoring everybody, which I think would beat Leicester City with. Would it be better than Leicester City winning the league?
Atalanta winning the UCL, I would say so. Yeah,
yeah,
it would
right.
be because it would be their first time in the Champions League.
Yeah,
and then just roaring to the final like that, and just like scoring. As long as they don't score like 7 goals on Madrid, then I'm all for it. But yeah, if they score like 7 on Barca or who's left, Atletico or something, yeah, I'll enjoy it. Like,
they just outscore everybody. They just run away with it. Like, who cares about defense? Let's just play the
just
ball
score.
up.
Just score. Don't even worry. Just hook it up and just put it in the back of the net. We'll have like the first final that's like 8-4 or something, like just something crazy.
Without fans, that'd be kind of shit. Because the roar of the fans, imagining one team scoring 8 on somebody.
Dead silence. They're just like, yeah. We're like, you're just looking around at the empty stadium. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. With empty stadiums, like I said, when they were already doing it on the first time, I can't remember what episode that was that we recorded. But for a final, it would be kind of weird. I won't lie about that. But yeah, Champions League, we got what? PSG, Atalanta,
Chelsea, and Bayern.
Did Leipzig beat Tottenham?
Oh yeah, you're right. Leipzig did beat Tottenham. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we got Leipzig, and then who's the other fourth on that round from the round of 16? Atalanta, PSG, Leipzig, and Atletico.
Atletico. Okay, so Atletico went through.
Yeah, Leipzig.
Yeah.
And Atalanta, and wow, I just said it and I already forgot. And PSG. Yeah. So we just got the other 4 teams to figure out who to get to the quarters. We'll have the semis, then we'll have a final. So yeah, we don't got that much to go there.
No.
So that's interesting.
I mean, they could theoretically take it to Istanbul. I don't know how Istanbul's doing right now in terms of, but theoretically, you could go to Istanbul, not take the 4 that have won yet. Take the 4 that have to compete.
Play. Yeah.
Let them play out for 1 week. I mean, that's basically get 4 games within 7 days. That's easy to do. Get that, bring in the other 4 the next week, and finish it off with 2 weeks left. Yeah, that's entirely possible. But that's if Istanbul is like, hey guys, we don't have that many infected people. We have this hotel here that you guys can use. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, just have to find a country that's willing and able.
Yeah.
To do what's possible. Since we were talking about like a tournament style for like like the teams in contention for Champions League and all that relegation. What do we do? How do we do it for like in the Liverpool scenario? Like they're miles ahead of second place. So like, do we screw them over and still throw them in the tournament?
But mathematically, they could have still not won. Mathematically, and listen, I'm throwing my bias out there right now, all right? But mathematically, there was still a chance they could fail. And it would be the most historic bottle job in the world. And we would look back at this and say, you guys fucked it up at the last second, and you drew and you lost every remaining game, and you let City basically take over. It could still have been a possibility, so we can't say, oh, here you go, Liverpool, let's just hand you the title.
So we throw them in. We throw them into the fire of the tournament.
Yeah, just throw them in there. I mean, if they say they're as good as they are, and some of the players have said they would rather win the whole thing by playing out the league, let them play out the damn league. And if someone comes in and spanks them,
That'd be great.
Manchester United can come in and spank them all they want. And, I mean, we have Justin who's not here, but he would be celebrating, butt naked somewhere and with
In
a flag.
Atlanta.
Yeah. But, it's possible. So just, unless it was mathematically impossible for them to lose, and by all means, just throw them in there.
Yeah, agree. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be the person that was just like, oh yeah, just give him the title. So I just, since you agree with what I was kind of thinking, I'm just gonna be like, okay, cool, like we're on the same page.
Yeah, because I mean, the only people that are gonna say hand him the title are gonna be people from Liverpool right now and the fans. So it's like, hey guys, no. I mean, City can still come in and you can bottle it. You bottled it before. I mean, Steven Gerrard. That's all I gotta say.
Yep, you let it slip away.
Yep.
All right, so we hope and we have our fingers crossed that everything goes well and we get soccer back. It's basically a matter of weeks now, at least from the viewpoint of Germany getting things rocking and rolling. So yeah, we hope to see that soon, and we'll now proceed into what the transfer window is going to look like, since it is happening. I kind of have an idea of what my team, the team that I root for and follow, to the ends of the earth. I have an idea of what we're going to do or what they want to do. But as we mentioned earlier, there's circumstances about money. A lot of teams are taking pay cuts. I recently read this morning, since work is slow, that Arsenal is taking a 12.5% cut, but that's next year or next season or something. The staff and the players agreed to it. So
all but one player.
Ozil?
Uh-huh.
For real?
Uh-huh.
I didn't even see that in what I read.
He's not going to take a pay cut until he sees how this virus unfolds for the rest of the year.
Oh well, then he's smart in that sense.
I mean,
I'm gonna back my man up.
But if everyone's doing it, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it. It's his money. He doesn't want anyone, and as some players have said, we'd rather give from our own money and less, not let the club take our money, but we'll donate money. We'll donate our whatever we want. But I mean, you're looking bad to the rest of us Arsenal fans at this point. Like,
I'm sure he won't. I'm sure he won't be that much of a jerk. I'm sure he'll donate something. So, because he's gonna get a lot of fire up his ass from that move, you can say. So to save face, he's gonna end up doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's next season. So they're still getting paid for this season, because like they said, they don't know what's going on. Real Madrid agreed to some cuts, to just support the people that in the rest of the staff that's not getting paid during this time. So that was pretty cool. They didn't really have to, but the players agreed. So that was cool. And then I think most of all the English teams did like a cut thing, right? Like a wage cut.
Yeah, the players got together and they set up their own fund where everybody's been throwing money in there themselves to give back. So at least everyone's doing their part at this point in time.
Yeah. So money's gonna be an issue. Are you gonna? I think I'm gonna say most teams are going into next season the way that that they're set up right now?
I'm gonna
That's
say
gonna be my guess.
I'm gonna say yes. I mean, yeah, because the smaller teams that just don't have money. I mean, let's be fair. I don't think the Bundesliga has as much money as other leagues around the world. Neither does Ligue 1. So I think that's a case for them that they're gonna stay as they are. If PSG does something big, then that's financial fair play, and you're looking to be Manchester City and get spanked by UEFA after that. So
Yeah.
you have that,
No,
but
another way I could see things working is for the longest now we've seen so many like what do you call it, like little shortcuts in deals.
Mhm.
I can see like look, we're gonna bid this much, but we're not gonna be able to give you this much right now, so we'll pay it off kind of deal.
yeah,
You could probably see things like that. But then again, that could get overused and it's going to get old fast, and teams are going to be like, I don't know how I feel about being owed all this money, and am I really going to get it on time? Like, we don't have a timetable, so on and so forth. So that could be ixed or nixed right away. So I don't really see Madrid making that many moves because we got a lot of players to offload, but are we going to take the cut, like the hit of taking the low bids, just to save face and get some type of money? Or are we gonna, be firm and be like, oh no, we want what we want, and if you can't pay it, then so be it. And then, like I said, every team basically stuck with the players that they have currently.
I think the big name players will not move until next year, not 2020, not this coming season, but the season after. But going back to the whole payment thing, ESPN did say it. Barcelona are willing to do that for Neymar. They're willing to do anything for Neymar at this point. And I do think that they will get their way and somehow end up paying more at the end of the day with interest for Mr. Neymar at this point. But yeah, Sancho I think stays at Dortmund one more year. Mbappe stays PSG another year. Who else is out there? Haaland stays another year wherever he's going to stay at Dortmund. Grealish I think moves. That's I think one player that, and it just depends on Aston Villa. If they stay up, he's not moving. If they go down, he's moving.
He's moving.
Yeah, because I don't
definitely.
think I don't think he's gonna want to move down anymore. And at that point, Villa's gonna have to take the pay cut to offload him, which is
Yep. They're gonna have to take whatever bid comes in. Well, not whatever bid, but they're gonna take the sweetest bid they hear right away, because, like I said, they go down, they lose money.
Yep.
And then the paying players in that league is structured a lot different, and you don't want his salary on your books. So yeah, you have to let him go, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say right now, he goes to United between 45 and 65.
That's funny because that was my next question. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how much do you feel? I was thinking like 50, 55.
I'm just gonna be 40, 45 to 65. I think United might overpay just a tiny little bit just to get him, but anything to get Grealish in there. But yeah, everybody else, Pogba, whoever big name you kind of have out there is gonna stay. The smaller name, not smaller names, but guys who are on the decline, Cavani, guys like that will probably end up moving since their contracts are already done.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Cavani can easily also just make his way down here to Inter Miami. I'll take that too. So come on, Edison. You hear? If somebody gets this to him, come to Inter Miami, por favor. We can use you in that March Madness Corona tournament that we're gonna have. So please come now.
Hashtag Corona tournament.
For real. So yeah, and that's another thing. Now there's a lot of teams with loans. So those players come back onto your books. and now you're overly squatted. You have a lot of players, and what if you can't get rid of any because this virus is, making things difficult to make deals?
Player buyouts at that point. I think teams are going to end up buying out their players, and it's not going to be anything good at this point. You're going to see a lot of players who are going to be PO'd.
So, but like, okay, they get bought out. That means they can just go anywhere then.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. I mean, but if no one has money to buy them, and where do you go, really? I mean, I'm sure there's clubs out there that will take a certain player, but
yeah, but if the player's contract gets bought out, now they don't have a contract anymore.
Yeah.
So they could just, like, any team could just be like, yo, come this way and we'll try to work out a deal.
That's true. Well, take James for example, right? Let's throw him, because I know Madrid doesn't want James anymore. How long does he have on his contract? 1 more year? I think 2, right?
I think so. 1.
Right. So they buy him out, right? But he still fancies himself a big name player. So who's going to want to pay his money, and is he going to want to take a pay cut?
Well, from what I keep reading, he wants to reunite with Ancelotti. So if he really does want to do that, I would assume he'll take a pay cut, but he'll still demand some kind of, a decent pay. Because he is one of the biggest signings in Madrid history. So I don't know. I'd say for the wanting to be in another team, you take the pay cut and you put your ego aside, and especially with what's going on in the world right at the moment, that's another reason to do so. And then maybe Everton can work out something. I don't see why not.
I mean, they have owners with deep pockets. I'm sure their ownership wouldn't mind, whoever.
Well, they paid all that money for what's his face,
Richarlison, no?
Yeah, Richarlison, and then they paid all that money for goodness gracious, didn't they pay a lot of money for somebody and I can't think of his name? Or was it just Ancelotti?
I think it was Ancelotti. Yeah, I think Ancelotti. I think they paid a lot of money for Ancelotti.
No, but they have a player that I'm thinking of right now that they. Or am I thinking of another team? I might be thinking of some other team. I don't know.
Team. Now I'm all confused. Now I'm like, now I have to look for it.
I'm telling you, I just feel like Everton made a crazy splash this past summer.
Man,
who was it? Who did they get this summer?
I'm trying to think, man. Shoot.
Because everybody was surprised. They're like, oh, okay, like Everton's, trying to be serious this year. They're like making moves. Or was that like the serious move was the Ancelotti?
I think it was Ancelotti because I know they got Iwobi from Arsenal. Who else did they get?
I think Walcott's there too, right?
Yeah, I think he is. I think Theo Walcott's
there. I don't think he reels in that kind of a pay.
Yeah, that kind of pay. Yeah, I'm like trying to think.
They got the young kid from Juventus.
Oh, that's right.
Andre Gomes doesn't really get paid that much. They have Bernard too, right?
Yeah, they have Bernard. Yeah.
They got Yerry Mina, the Colombian. They got Pickford. They also have
Pickford.
Who's that one fullback that they have? That's like Bain, I think it is. Baines?
I think it's Barnes. No, Baines. I'm looking at the. Yeah. I'm looking at the squad. I'm like.
There's not a name that pops out?
No. I mean, Andre Gomes pops up, but that's it. Kurt Zouma from Chelsea.
Kurt Zouma. That's alone, though.
Yeah. Was it Banime? No, I don't think. Man,
I think it was a youngster. I think they paid a pretty penny for him. I don't think he's alone.
I'm trying to think. Moise Keane, no? Yeah, Moise Keane.
Yeah, Moise Keane.
They paid
a lot for him, right?
Yeah, they paid, because what was it? Yeah, it
like
was
30 or like 40 or something.
something like that. Yeah. Then he moved
And
from
then
Juventus, right?
yeah, and then they made that big drop for Ancelotti. He's like one of the highest paid like managers in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, they don't seem like they're trying to make little well calculated moves. They look like they wanna they were when they had David Moyes, they were top seven all the time. That's Moyes' big accomplishment. Or best accomplishment. I think they want to get there and they can eclipse that with Ancelotti. And all Ancelotti needs is a couple more pieces. Richarlison is good. Keane is good. They also have the dude that was scoring like crazy before this whole pandemic started. The British dude. He just had it up.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
his name?
Shoot. Not
Well,
Dell,
he's
was
like
it? Wasn't
number
Dell.
19 or 9, or he's the striker.
Shoot.
But yeah, like you
Oh
got
yeah, no,
pieces.
yeah, we got they have So I mean, a James would work for them at this point. So I mean, there will be players that will move,
Yeah,
but a
big
lot of
names. I don't think so. You're gonna see the average of like 30 to 60 mil moves,
yeah,
possibly. That's what I'm gonna assume. That's what I'm gonna guess. I don't think the big names. Maybe the only one big name we see is Neymar. Probably that's about it. Because Barca will go into the black market and sell 80 kidneys and get enough money to do what they have to do.
all the money they took from the players is actually gonna go to fucking
Yeah,
Neymar at this
exactly.
point.
Pretty
Fucking
much. I wouldn't doubt that they do some weird, crazy thing like that.
somewhere
Or they'll
Messi,
probably
somewhere Messi's
they'll,
calling every player, being like, "Hey, throw in for the Neymar fund."
yeah, for real. Or they'll probably just hire the people from Money Heist and be like, hey, can you rob us the bank really quick? We need to get some money, thanks. So Barca's gonna be Barca. We see that coming already. I just don't know if the other big clubs around the other top 5 leagues are gonna make the moves that we see. Sancho, Man United, testing the waters. It's I agree with what they started, 80 mil. That's not what you're gonna end up paying, but you just you throw the little bait there in the water, you chum it up a little bit,
Yep.
and then you see if they buy it. If they don't, then you got to throw a little bit more and more and more, and that's how it goes. So that may be the other big deal, possibly.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I forgot Timo Werner. Timo Werner at Leipzig. So will Leipzig let him go for under 80, and will Liverpool pay?
no, Liverpool could certainly afford it.
I mean, they're getting that Nike money now.
Oh, so they're officially with Nike?
They're officially with Nike, so they're getting that Nike money.
Oh, then yeah, I'm sure Nike will throw in I don't think they'll do it now, but if things were different, Nike would have surely thrown in the money just to get that player. I'm sure a lot of sponsors or things like that work that way.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like we got Gareth Bale, to be honest. Adidas was probably like, yeah, we'll chip in a little bit. Like, look what was it? Fiat did to get Ronaldo at Juventus. Yeah. They chipped in.
Same thing with Puma and Holland. They chipped in for Dortmund as well. So so somehow I feel Werner is at Liverpool next season, and that's because of that Jordan money that comes into Nike after all the Last Dance people. After everyone has watched the Last Dance and been like, I need me some Jordans, some Pippins. I need me something. It's not on ESPN Plus, guys. So if you try to watch it, it's not ESPN Plus. I'm sorry.
No, you gotta have a cable provider for this one.
Exactly. So
yeah, I tried. I was on my ESPN Plus. I was like, no. I was like, this can't be. And then luckily, my parents still have a cable bill, so I was like, thank goodness. I was able to stream that thing on my phone. So So yeah, if they brought back Pippins, that would be kind of cool. On a side note, by the way, but yeah, they did like a. This is totally away from our topic of discussion, but to the Last Dance thing, they did like a surprise drop of like Jordan 5s, and I believe it was like less than a minute. They were all gone. Yeah, so it was crazy. I saw the notification. I was just like, oh, I was like, they brought these back, and so I click on it, and then it takes me to the sneakers app, and it was like sold out, and I was like, even if I wanted them, I couldn't even try. Like, never mind.
All them bots.
Yeah. That's why they gotta do the draws now, man. They gotta stick with that draw style. And that's crazy. Like, a bot works that fast. Like, I don't know. It was a surprise drop, and it's gone.
You'd be surprised. People pay $60-$80 for those bots.
No, I follow accounts on Twitter still that, like, because I'm like big into shoes, so I follow accounts that are like, they're like, they even promoted it, like, oh yeah, we'll give you $90 for a proxy. I'm like, damn. I was like, I paid $90 plus the cost of the shoes. I'm good. I used to fight against them. I used to be like, reload, and and just pray that I get a freaking pair.
Hey, did you ever camp out for shoes like I did?
I was going to, but then my buddy said he was able to get the shoes for me, so I let him deal with that. I was like, thanks, man. I was like, here's an extra, like, $40 for just standing out there.
I used to do it for the SBs back in like 05 and up.
Yeah.
Remember not going to classes in college? I'd be like, nah. Someone take notes for me. I'm being in line over here. I'm waiting for this SB to drop right now. So just yeah.
Do you like the lows or the highs?
Lows. Has to be lows, man. I hate high tops, man, for some reason.
I got like 2 pairs of highs. All other than that, the rest are lows. But there's a pair of highs that I just wanted because the colors just look too nice. Yeah. I've only probably wore them like twice. But yeah, I would agree with you. I'm more of a lows kind of guy.
The craziest I went was 4 pairs of the diamond. So I still have the diamond.
The Tiffany ones.
The Tiffany ones, yeah. So I have 3 pairs still brand new in box.
Hey, yo, Sal, I'll give you $300 for a pair right now. No. Come on, man. $300.
I still have them sitting here with the every other SB I only bought 1. But for the Tiffany's, for some reason, I was like, that's my shoe. That's my fucking shoe.
$350. I'm super mad right now. I can't believe this. This whole time that I've known you, and you have 3 pairs of Tiffany SBs.
I'll put it to you this way, guys. If you those who know me know that I love my shoes. I love my Air Maxes. I love my SBs. Not too much of the Jordan. I have here and there. The 11s, the 7s. The shit people buy. But when it came back to those old days when you got the skate collabs, oof.
Yeah, and they still come out with some of the nicest collabs today. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna try to forget that you have 3 pairs. So let's get going. So yeah, sorry for that little side rant that we just had, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed. So now you know that me and Sal both love shoes. We're big kick. Yeah, we're big kick guys. I'm down, dude. I'm down. I'll open my closet. I'll give you a little tour. I'll be like, here's this. Oh, this is one of my favorite pairs. Actually, I posted a couple of my favorite pairs on my Twitter. So if you want to go check it out, you can go there. So yeah, the summer transfer window is going to be crazy. Because crazy in the sense that there's going to be a lot of transfers, or there's going to be no transfers. Have you heard any word though on like, is it gonna open the way it usually does and close the way it does, or is there like some?
No one. No one has reported anything from what I've seen that says it's gonna stretch out to this, time frame or whatever. So at this point, we all say it's opening up at regular time, June the 30th. Everybody, let's go.
Okay.
But that's the other crazy part. If you get transferred and the league continues after June 30th, does that mean you have to stay at your old club or go to your new one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like how the transfer window is gonna work since the leagues are being pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna have a transfer window in October? Like, I don't know how I just choked on air, but it fucking happened. No, it's not the Rona. I legit just choked. But yeah, like, like the window closes on, Halloween, and then we got like headlines like trying to be funny, like, oh, happy Halloween, trick or treat. We just like all that crazy crap. I just came up with that in like 2 seconds.
Manchester Land Sancho.
Yeah, so I'm curious on that. I really want to know.
I mean, the other thing I'm curious about is, are they gonna get relegated to the championship, or what will happen to Champions League at this point? Because if the investigation does find them guilty while they have a tournament, does that mean they get to finish off the tournament, or do you just award?
Well, from when they first reported it, yes, they do get to finish the tournament this year because they're already in it. Right. It'd be unfair to kick them out. So yeah, their best bet is to freaking win the whole thing because they might not have another chance at it. So hopefully Madrid can spoil the party there. I sure hope they can because I would like to continue in the UCL, especially being that we don't know what's going to happen in La Liga just yet, even though they're having talks and it seems positive and all that, but we don't know. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be enough time to figure out that they did do something wrong and they should follow exactly what they said. If they end up giving them like a slap on the hand, I think it's total BS and FIFA is still corrupted, pretty much.
I'm gonna be conspiracy theorist right now and say this whole fucking shit is set up for City to win, LAFC to win, whatever team that
you don't like.
It's set up for them to win for some reason. Every team, every league likes to hate on. It's set up for them to win at this point.
They're like, look at this tweet that he has. He said, F all these teams. We got to get these teams to win now. And it's just like, they're like, we have the great idea. They hit their freaking button and boom, Rona everywhere. Actually, I'm sorry to make a joke out of it with the amount of people that have passed away, but we're kind of just joking around. Don't take it too serious. But yeah, that would be kind of crazy. That is a crazy conspiracy theory, though. So
it is. So
quarantine has surely got to you.
I mean, it's gotten to a lot of people. I mean, remember, people, you got 5G, it's making out. I'm joking too.
Oh man, I actually feel like I saw like they were doing some construction like near my house, like right in front of the grocery store, and it's like this big tube kind of thing, and now like I passed by it. I passed by it yesterday, and it was like out of the ground.
Yeah.
And I think it's like just the base of a tower, and I was like, damn, that shit is close as hell. I was like, get that shit out of here. I was like, I don't want that here.
You can't say you get that signal now.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. No, but the thing is, supposedly my phone says 5G all the time. Like, do I really have 5G? I don't think I do. And if I do, then I've been counting a lot faster than everybody else. But yeah, like I'm like, just chemically radiating myself with craziness. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Hey, it's fun to think, dude. Like, get out there, feel crazy, think crazy. I don't know. I'm all for it.
This fucking Bill Gates is doing this too, so he can inject us with fucking nanomites and everything.
Yeah, he's gonna like turn us into like robots. He's gonna give us like that Wolverine freaking what was his arms made out of and stuff. He had like his bones.
Adamantium.
Yeah, that's what our bones are gonna be freaking made out of. We freaking like go to work, baby, do all this crazy shit. But yeah,
It came out. It came out right afterwards. There's a company in New York that physically had their workers tattooed with fucking microchips, so that everywhere they go, they could just put their wrist up and it pays for like the snacks. It logs them in. It does all this crap, and then some employee infected himself with the virus to infect everyone else.
that's crazy.
So
That's
I'm like,
crazy. Because I've
God.
seen videos of like companies in Iowa. I think it was Iowa or Idaho. I don't know, one of the I's. And then there's also Indiana. So yeah, one of their I's, one of the I states. And they started doing chips and everything. And then a lot of people were like quitting because they're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then they're like trying to like even the people like were like, oh, I'm quitting. They'll be like, no, 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 no. They're like they wanted them to stay still. They're just like trying to like they're trying to like ease them in as to why they should like, oh, they're like this is the benefits, blah blah blah. And then people were like, some people were like, dude, like no, like I'm good, like I'm out. And then so yeah, so like I'm with those people. Like I definitely would be like, yeah, I'm out. Like you're not putting a chip in me. Like I'm good. I've seen too many movies
This is this
to
is
know what's going on.
this is a whole Q conspiracy. You can look it up on Google. I'm not gonna fucking tell you people everything, but fucking the gist of it is that Trump is there to basically save us from the oppression. He really is an operative from this Q organization to stop everyone from getting chips implanted into them and save us. That's why we're having civil war right now, quote unquote.
I don't know. I if he was an operative, he wouldn't have agreed to sign 5G bill while this whole thing was going on. So and like his whole idea is like at the end of the day, he's a business guy. So I see like where he's trying to get at. He's all about making money. And hey, like that's his DNA or whatever. And so that's why he signed it to get better infrastructure, better technology, better this, better that. Um, but I think the timing was super horrible, and it kind of seems a little shady because like we're dealing with this, and then most of us are more concerned about not getting infected.
Yep.
If it is or isn't real, whatever everybody wants to believe, I'm gonna go for those two parties. And then on the other side, he's signing this thing, and there's already people that do the research on it and say it's bad. And then you have your people that say, no, it's good. Like you guys are tripping out. Like you're worrying too much about it, blah, blah. And then he's, making that deal. And then now it's like, we got this. I got to worry about this because there's people telling us that, this is crazy. Just like the people with the virus are telling us that it's crazy. And now, like mayhem. And he's just there like, oh no, it's all good. Like 5G is great, and we're gonna open up by Easter, And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, I don't know. I really don't. Like,
This is Twitter, real world people. Like, just imagine Twitter, but just turned into the real life, and that's what the society has become. Twitter, real
yeah,
world.
for real, it's crazy.
Oh man.
Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed our craziness. If you have any comments or ideas of what the outcome of these leagues are going to end up, are we going to just suspend everything? Are we going to cancel it? No sports till 2021? Are we going to have any transfers? We can definitely have transfers. All you got to do is boot up FIFA 20, start a career mode, and transfer away. Get the rich teams because you get all the money and all the power. But that's about it. That's about the only way I see it happening, to be honest. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas or quirky comments or conspiracy theories, yeah, just let us know down in the comments. Subscribe, like. Sal, what do you got going on this week? I think you told me you have some interesting news.
Oh, that's right. We do have more episodes coming up for you guys. So tomorrow at noon Pacific, which would be 3 Eastern, 8 p.m. London time, I will be joined by two special guests. We'll be talking all things kits. For us Americans here, jerseys. So we'll be reliving our memories of our favorites, talking the currents, and seeing what's next in the world of le football jersey. Yeah, I'm not sure that's not how you say it in French, but whatever. Okay, not French. And then on Saturday, hopefully on Saturday, we'll be joined by Jordan, who is writing a book on Venezuelan football, Red Wine at Arepas. So he's close to finishing the book. I think he's about a month or so away from it. So talk to him, tell us everything that's going on and how you guys can buy it also, because trust me when I say this, $19.99 is not a big price to spend on a good football book on Venezuela. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you'll keep yourself entertained during these quarantine times. That's another thing.
Exactly.
Is he stateside? Because I follow him.
No, he is English.
He,
So yes, that will be
mm,
that'll be another one of those. I'll be
another
on
early one.
yeah, I'll be on at noon for that one as well, guys. So
All
my
right. All
my
right.
sleeping is getting interrupted by these interviews, but that's all right.
So yeah, so there you go. Sal's gonna have some guests this week. I'll probably be able to make the Saturday one. I believe Justin said he's gonna try to make tomorrow's.
Yeah,
So tomorrow, me and Justin are basically swapping. So enjoy his pretty face tomorrow. And especially Sal's and our two guests.
that's important.
Um,
That's
I'll
on me.
be
Person doesn't have diarrhea.
yeah, that too. And then I'll be at work, being essential. Um, and yeah, so hope you guys are staying safe. Wash your hands.
Wipe your
6 feet
asses.
apart. Yeah, that too. Basically, just take a shower every day. And we'll get through this. We'll get through this. We're just hoping that the sports gods give us sports soon. That's
Yep.
basically, at least from this channel, that's what we hope for. So yeah, you guys stay safe. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And we'll see you guys. Well, Sal will see you on the next one. I'll see you when I'm back. All right, guys, take it easy.
Later.